If only you lot knew how long I've been trying to get this man Jide on this platform, man. What you saying, my boy?
I'm good, my bro, man. What are you saying?
Damn, man. Like I said, I've been trying to get this for a minute, and I'm a big fan of giving people their flowers, man. Again, if you don't know, this guy is the first guy in this industry or like the culture that ever shined the light on me. So big up yourself, man. I'm equally as proud to have you here as I'm sure that you wanted to be here. So yeah, man, I got to give you your flowers, my boy.
Thank you, my bro. Likewise, I've been wanting to come on this show for a long time, bro. Like, obviously, I work in the creative industry and whatnot, but football, that's where my heart is at.
He's got an Ian Wright tattoo, people.
Bro, can they see that? 14, that says it.
I don't know how you look at the tattoo, man. That looks like it hurts, man. I can't get a
tattoo. It does hurt, bro. It does hurt, but it's light work. But bro, I didn't even realize you had 70K subscribers, you know.
Big up the DG Nation, man. It's them. I'm just a facilitator, man. I appreciate them, man. I appreciate the chat as well. Make sure you're smashing the like button. And you know what? It's actually good because obviously I don't really know your opinions about like Mikel Arteta and Eze and Arsenal. So it's a chance to kind of go through all of that. So before anything, yeah, where do you stand on the gaffer? Where do you stand on Mikel Arteta? Like, all your thoughts with that?
Bro, I'm a big fan of Arteta. Like a big fan. I would say like there's been a few times when things were looking a bit dark. I would say like I was questioning him, but ultimately I'm a big fan of what he's done at Arsenal because, bro, we've been in the dumps, bro. You saw where we was like after Wenger,
trenches,
and we was in the trenches, bro. And I've seen the work that he's done to get us to this point. Of course, we want to win trophies and stuff, and there's no excusing some of the things that have happened in the past seasons, whether you want to pin that all on him or not. I don't personally. But I do feel like I trust him and I wouldn't want to see him leave our club to go to another club, because I know how he can, work his magic to rebuild something, So I'm grateful. I'm happy with him as a manager. I'm supporting him this season. And yeah, hopefully he does the right thing and brings something home.
I got to ask you this then, like, if he doesn't, because everyone would say, we got the depth, we've been second, we got these great players. If we don't get over the line, like, God forbid, we ain't won a bit of silver or a trophy. Where you at with that?
I'll be disappointed. I'll be very disappointed. And I will ask important questions. But I'm not one of them people that like to say, "Oh, sack my man," because ultimately it's not my decision. I'm a fan, innit? And I don't. It depends on the context as well. Because last season, there's not much of what happened last season that I would entirely pin on him. Do you know what I mean? I think we went into the season a bit short in many areas, and I feel like he actually did well in hindsight, looking at it, to get us second and to the semi-final. Do you know what I mean? So context, like if he does well this season, but for whatever reason, I don't know what could happen, God forbid, then yeah, there might be a reason why I could say sack him, but ultimately I'm going to back him, I think.
Where do you rate our Premier League trophy chances then, Carl? Obviously, you got us, you got Liverpool, you got City. It feels like after the Newcastle game, it's like we're the favourites. Before that, it was all Liverpool. Like, where are you at with that landscape?
I don't really buy into the whole Arsenal are favourites thing because at the end of the day, Liverpool are only, 4 points behind us? City are 3 points behind us, and we're 9 games into the season. So one game week could change the whole landscape again. So I'm not really going with that. For me, Liverpool are still favourites, but Arsenal have probably the best chance that we've had in a long time, and I expect us to win this season, but there's going to be ups and downs, and yeah, man, next week, who knows, man, Liverpool might...
God forbid.
Yeah, God forbid. I'm not even going to speak into existence.
So then I want to also ask you, like, obviously, before I ask you about Atletico Madrid, like, how do you rate our Champions League chances?
It's a cup competition, isn't it? I'm pretty sure we're gonna get through to the group stages. Hopefully, we can get on the good side of the draw. I think there's only 2 teams that I'm not afraid of, but I'm wary of.
Thinking about, yeah.
Yeah, would you say it's similar for you?
Yeah. I'd say PSG's 1, Barca's the 2nd. Of course, you got the Madrids and Bayerns and all of them kind of teams, but Barca and PSG for me, it's like, don't really want to back into that.
I feel like we could beat Barca because I think the high line thing that they do is crazy. Like they don't really control games as well as I would think that they should. But they're a good team in it. They got a lot of individual quality. So I was gonna say Bayern more than anything, because I just think Harry Kane, like that guy, he torments us. Number one, Elise is looking good. Diaz, like I feel like they've got something good over there, and obviously they knocked us out the season
2 years ago, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously we're a better team now, but I think they're a better team as well. So I would say Bayern and PSG are really the teams that I think that would be a good final. That's who I would want to buck in the final. One of them.
You'd want to buck them in the final?
Well, I want to buck Bodo Glint if we can. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Fair play.
You get it? So yeah, I would say those are the two.
No way do you want to play them in the final. My heart would be all over the place, man. I think he's one of them, man. I want to play the best now, man. Give me the shit. Give me the big ears, bro.
Yeah, I need that. So I think like there's a chance we could do the double as well, bro. Depending on how ambitious you are. I wouldn't say I'm that ambitious.
When you say double, what do you mean double? Because there's 4 competitions. What do you mean by double?
The big double, bro. They're saying that we're favorites for both.
Don't let me start dreaming, man. I want the champs above the Prem, I don't know how you view it, but I want the champs above the Prem. I understand people saying the Prem's bread and butter, but we ain't won it, innit? Like, we ain't won it. Like, it's the biggest club competition, and we ain't won it. The double,
100%. Like, but to be fair, bro, last season was the first time for me, obviously since I was a youth, that the Champions League seemed like, we could actually do this,
We could actually do a thing here.
Yeah, do you get it? And I think for me, it was after the first leg at was it the Emirates that we went? Yeah, Emirates.
With Declan twice, innit?
Do you get it? I was starting to believe. I was seeing special things. You know what I mean? And then second leg, I was starting to really think, could we do this? And I feel like we are better since last year. Do you know what I mean? But it's just hard to pin your hopes on a competition like that when there's so much quality and anything can happen. You could get beat off a moment of individual brilliance, kind of like what happened with PSG. Like I don't think they dominated us really, but Dembele, when he scored that goal, it changed the game, changed history.
It sucks, man, because I think that's the close. Well, it's not. I think that's the closest we've been to a minute. And I'm not one to put my head in the sky and get excited, but I'll be honest. When we beat Real Madrid the second leg, like when it sunk in, I was like, you know what, this is our time. And then 10 minutes into the game, like you're referring to with Dembele. It's over, isn't it? It's over, man. But that's when I look at that game, it made me think 2 things. Like, remember the first leg, Partey was suspended. Rice was playing as an 8. We moved him to 6. Marino was up front. We moved him in midfield. Now we've got depth. That might not be a thing. And then obviously in the second leg, we had some chances in the first 10, 15. I thought, you know what? Gyökeres, this one, that one. Maybe now we've got them. We could get over the line. What are you saying for Gyökeres, though? I think you got muted, my boy. I think you're muted. Or is it me? Is it me, folks? You're back.
Yeah, I was using my phone as the mic in it, but let me just
minor.
So yeah, can you still hear me?
Yeah. You're good now.
Yeah. So Gyökeres, obviously I got the 14 in it, so because of that alone, like I have to support. I wasn't one of them people that was on the bandwagon of you 100% need a striker. Obviously, I wanted to improve on Havertz, although I do like him. The idea of having a 20-goal a season striker, like who wants to turn that down? And when you looked at the market this summer, in terms of the options that were available to Arsenal, I do think he was one of the ones that stood out on paper. So I think all of us were expecting him to come in and be that guy. But the truth is, it's hard to come into a team that is challenging for a league and just fit in straight away, like for any player. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of variables that has to come into play, and I don't want to talk about it because it sounds like excuses, but there is a lot of
reality. These are caveats. Like this is balance. This is common sense that you're saying, bro.
Do you get it? Like we all said in the summer, the Portuguese league doesn't always translate to the Prem. That's something that we have to bear in mind. He's changing leagues, he's changing teams, he's changing systems, he's moving houses, he's moving country. So there's a lot of things that I think is hard. And also bear in mind, Havertz is injured. Like I'm a strong believer in the fact that Kai Havertz would have been playing the majority of games had he had been fit in the beginning of the season, in my opinion.
Definitely would have started off the season up front if he never was on the rehab thing.
Do you get it? So on one hand, it's good that he's been able to get consistent minutes in the team. But on the other hand, it means that all that pressure has been put on him, you know. And I think 5 goals, it's not too bad. Do you get what I'm trying to say? He is our leading goal scorer. Like last season, I don't even know who our leading goal scorer was. Bro.
I think Saka and Havertz, they both had 9 and they were like out for time as well. So
Do you
we
get
needed
it?
a striker.
Do you get it? So I think 5, it's a decent return. I'm hoping for more. He looks better each game. So yeah, hopefully this weekend he can keep that run going.
Do you have any concerns about Gyökeres?
Yeah, of course. Like I look at Ekatike and I think, wow, this is a footballer.
That is an Arsenal striker. I won't.
You
count.
get it, bro.
Yeah.
Like he's an Arsenal
looks like
striker.
the one.
Like I don't like comparing anybody to Thierry Henry, but he's got that kind of playing style. That
mannerisms.
Do you get it? Like he makes it look easy. And I just think, wow, he could have fit nicely into this team. Why weren't we looking at that? I even look at Voltemada at Newcastle. And I'm thinking, like, even he looks like a tidy striker that could have fit in at Arsenal. And if he's scoring goals at Newcastle, why can't he come into this team and score? So I'm thinking, why weren't we looking at players like that? And then I compare it to Gyökeres, and he does look a bit heavy with some of his touches.
He's clunky still.
He's a bit clunky. He is a bit clunky. But I'm being hopeful. I'm being hopeful. And if he scores, bro, that's all that matters. Do you get it?
And that's all that matters. Like I just think with Gyökeres, is he the most tidy player? No, like you made reference to with Hugo Ekitike. Obviously, he's tidy, he's good on the ball and whatnot. Gyökeres isn't that. Gyökeres, I looked at it like, boom, you're 27, you're in your peak ages, you did everything to sign for this football club. You've obviously relished pressure because you showed your tattoo, he's taken that number 14 shirt. So I'm kind of with it. I did think there'd be adaptation period, which I do think he's like you summed it up perfectly, where you said every game he's getting better and better. I think all the things Arteta is asking you to do, you're doing it. But I just thought coming into this football club, it's going to be difficult for any striker in it because it's not just goals in this system. You got to press, you got to drop deep. You kind of got to sacrifice yourself for people like Saka, and you see it yourself. You watch Arsenal week in, week out. Like Gyökeres is being occupied. Saka looks a lot freer, and he has to adapt. But one thing I kind of had faith in him is when I just done some research into his life. Like I think the theme of his life is adversity. Like he's dealt with that in his homeland, dealt with that at Brighton, Coventry, Sporting, and you would, everyone's allowed to praise and critique players, but you would think this is the only guy that has signed for a new football club. They're on him and he's taking it in his kind of stride. I want to ask you though, like, what's a good season from Gyökeres, either in all comps or in the Prem? Like, obviously goals.
20 goals.
What's a good return?
20 goals, all comps for me is a good return.
I'm here for that.
Yeah, like anything less, I'm not really hearing the 15 thing. Like, I want 20 goals from the striker because every season I look at Havertz and I'm expecting, bro, hit 20, and one thing or another will stop him, whether it's an injury or whatever. But if we're gonna say that Gyökeres is an improvement on Kai, you got to prove it. I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna critique you when I need to, but you got to show and prove. Like unfortunately, you walked into a situation where we're trying to win the league and we're possibly trying to win the Champions League. You saw that, you knew that, you pushed your way out of your club to sign for us. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's like you got to prove, you got to show and prove. 15 is not good enough. 20.
I think you're bang on. You know what? Yeah, let me ask you this as well. Like, we'll get on to Eze, but like, if I asked you your players of the season so far, yeah, like I assume you might say a Timber, you might say a Calafiori, you might, I'll push, you might say Rice, and everybody knows how good we are defensively. Are you concerned that we're not quite saying that with our attackers? Like, I know we're ticking over, we're doing well, we're obviously getting 3 points, and there's more to come, but like collectively from all of them, like, are you not concerned that we're not saying that about Gyökeres, about Eze, about Martinelli and Trossard, who are doing better than their other colleagues, and it's still kind of a reliance on Saka, if that makes sense?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think we haven't clicked in an attacking sense yet.
Facts.
And I'm more worried about us not clicking in the future. But I think what gives me a bit of respite is the fact that one thing Arteta will not allow for 1 second is for his team to not click defensively. Like, he's going to have that pattern. And I think having that as our foundation, which is obviously the flip side of what we've had in previous years, where attacking with our foundation and the defense was all over the place. I kind of like it where we have this defensive stability and this control over games. It gives me confidence knowing that, okay, Arsenal aren't going to get slapped today. Like the chances of Arsenal losing, let alone getting slapped, is very minimal.
Very minimal.
That gives me, it's like, okay, we can have a game where we're a bit shy in an attacking sense, but we can still get it over the line. I want it to click. Like, I think we need it to click, especially when we're talking about the Champions League and coming up against those kind of teams. We need individual brilliance. We need to be moving the ball fast in the final third and creating chances. But I still think we'll click in. There's a lot of new players that's coming to the team. I know other teams are claiming transition seasons, but
no, you spend that amount of money. I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing that.
I'm trying to say,
everyone's on us for less. I'm not hearing that.
Do you get it? Like, we've had so many injuries. First of all, Mosquera's had to play numerous games. Ben White's been like in and around the squad, but not fully there. We started off the season pretty much with Noni Madueke, who's a new player. Zubomendi, which is one of the most important positions on the pitch.
Facts.
You know, he's a new player as well, coming into a new system and having to deal with that in the Premier League, the hardest league in the world. And we've had a new striker without a backup option to rotate. So, like, we've had a lot of chopping and changing in and around the squad.
Had these injuries as well.
Yeah, do you get it? And the fact that we're still able to maintain a level, like he did last season, maintain a level, which keeps us near the top, even when we're not fully clicking into gear, it does give me a little bit of comfort, but I'm expecting it to get better. I am.
How do you feel about our left wing? Because for me, big up Berta, like 8 new players. The depth is ridiculous. Like you made reference to, several players have been out. And it's not that we don't miss them, but the players that have come in have just helped us get over the line. But it's like, do you feel we missed out on a left winger? Because I do think that left wing, there's bare man that can play there, and we're gonna have to box cleverly. Like what? Trossard can play there, Nelly can play there, Madueke could do a job, Eze could do a job, Jesus, if and when fit, could do a job. But I don't think anybody's like claim that spot, if it makes sense. Like right wing, that's Saka's thing. Gyökeres, I know Havertz can come into the mix, but that should be your thing. But left wing, it feels a bit clouded, if I'm honest. Like where are you at with that?
But before I answer, let me ask you about that. So like, how long have you like felt that left wing of ours has been like dysfunctional?
What, this year? This year, definitely. I wouldn't say dysfunctioning this year, but I think there's a gap in it. So I'd say this year. I'd say last year. Yeah, last year. I want to say the year before. Every season, the last 3 years, ever since Martinelli not really been doing his thing. And it's not to discredit Martinelli or Trossard. It's just the kind of roles. Well, Trossard's probably our first left winger, but the kind of role that you two are in right now, I think that's what you should have been years ago, innit? I think you lot are squad guys. Obviously, if your form's out this world, you're going to play. So, yeah, 3 years, man. 3 years, if I'm honest with you. 3 years. Because I don't know what I'm getting. I know what I'm getting on the right. I don't know what I'm getting with Donny on the left.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because when I think of it, in the summer, I feel like when we were crying out for players, we were looking at Rodrigo for the whole summer. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Like, going to happen.
Do you get it? And obviously it turned out to be all rumors and whatnot, but we knew that was a position that we wanted to upgrade on. When we got linked to Eze, I feel like a lot of us settled with the fact that, Eze could play in that position, and that's a good upgrade in that position. Obviously, with Odegaard being in and out of the team, Eze's having to play in the middle, and we've ended up with the same left wing as last season that we said we needed to upgrade on. So that in itself is kind of disappointing. But to be fair, for some reason, Arteta seems to have got the balance somewhat right this season in terms of trying to get the best out of Trossard and Martinelli. I do feel like, they're getting goals, I would say that. But I don't think they're playing well. Like, there's still been a few performances.
There's more patches, to be fair. It's like Fulham was a patch. Martinelli's obviously come off the bench. Like, as you know yourself, Martinelli's bread and butter when he hasn't got time to think, which I think at his age, for me, it's a gift, and it's more of a curse than a gift, because obviously when you ain't got time to think, he's bagged against Bilbao, Martinelli, Miles Lewis-Skelly set him up. He had that goal with Eze setting him up. I think you've got to play on instinct as a footballer, innit? But the older you get, you got to be calculated. And Martinelli, I'm a big fan of you, but you ain't showed me like calculations, innit? Like Madueke ain't scored, but I always look at how Donnies are playing, like the thought between stuff. And Madueke's a thinker, Eze's a thinker, Saka's a thinker, Martinelli isn't. I must admit, I do think people are harsh on Trossard, like Arsenal fans, but you're just not the guy like that, if I'm honest. So yeah, left wing's dark, bro. Like, there's a gap. I'm actually waiting on Gabriel Jesus to get fit, just to see what that could be this season. But yeah, in fact, that's a question. What do you make of Bell? Because he's come in and done everything Eddie failed to not do. Oh. Is there issues? Can you not hear me, people? Is it me? Let me get the Ethernet cable. Still, let me get the Ethernet cable. Smash the like button, please, bro. Smash the like button. Is it me? Let me plug this Ethernet cable on. Is it me? People, let me know if it's me, please. Because I get nervous around this computer stuff. Oh, no, he's back. But yeah, no, don't watch that, man. What are you saying for Berto? Because Eddie was crap. Yeah. Respectfully, Berto's doing madness, innit?
Yeah, like no, you know, I kind of feel sorry for Edu to some extent because I feel he was inexperienced in his job, same way Arteta was inexperienced in his job. In I'm not here to be patting man on the back and saying, "Oh, good job!" Like this is Arsenal Football Club. We really should be hiring the best of the best, innit?
Facts.
But that being said, I do feel like he was the guy for the main era of Arsenal, you know, starting to get better
to rebuild it. Yeah.
Before that, all them Raul, Sanelli, and all them man there. That was when my club was a laughing stock. Do you get it?
The only good thing that man done is bring Saliba. That's it.
You get it?
That's it, literally.
Bro. That's it. So I feel like Edu was much better than that. He brought me Declan Rice. He brought me Timber, right? You got Timber.
Yeah, Timber, Rice, Raya, Kai for Arteta. There was a lot of Ben White, Ramsdale. There was a new was getting contracts sorted or was beginning to move, like you said, a bit competent as a football club. Exactly. To be fair to Eddie with that.
I give him credit for that. But I think last season, what he did for me was unforgivable. And I don't know what the situation was with him leaving. It seemed like he was the one that actually left as opposed to him getting sacked. But yeah, God works in mysterious ways because for me, the summer was bad enough, not addressing some of the issues that we had here. But then January for me was the nail in the coffin. Because, bro, when that transfer window closed and we hadn't signed a striker, I couldn't believe it, bro.
I questioned the club's ambition because there's no way you could have thought Arteta or these players can do or salvage any part of the season with this. Bodies are dropping like flies. It's a shambolic one.
It was dark, bro. Like, and I feel like that actually did cost us last season. Obviously, you never know, innit, what could have been, but not having a striker going into them key games, it did hurt us, you know what I mean? So I feel like that I could never forgive you. Berta now, looking at what he's done in his first transfer window, it's looking like a masterclass. It really is looking like a masterclass. And I think it's a new transfer strategy for Arsenal in a sense that we're looking to plug up most of them holes. I think the only one that you mentioned is obviously the left wing to some extent.
But then we do have two players, to be fair to the club, that can play there. So I don't really have a leg to stand on, if I'm honest.
Do you get it? It's not obviously the standard that we would want, but no team is truly perfect. But I think he got us close enough to being perfect as a squad that I've ever seen my team. So I'm grateful for that. I see that guy the other day, Berta, you changed my life. Like,
yeah, he was moving mad.
I'm believing, bro. I'm truly like 9 games into the season, seeing things that my team are doing and thinking, raw, we could get this done. And I do feel like Berta has contributed to giving the team that confidence, the manager that confidence, and us as fans. Do you get it?
Love for the super chat AFC done, yeah. But on that, yeah, do you think it's too early to be doing that? Because I actually think something's clicked. I actually think we're gonna do something in May. But people would say, you know what, it's October, there's a lot of football. Everyone was saying you lot were rubbish before obviously the Newcastle game. Is it too early? Or is it like a foresight thing? Like something feels different?
I think something feels different, innit? And like, it is easy we're Arsenal fans, innit, bro? Like, we ain't won the league in a while now. Like,
in a minute, we've been burnt bare times.
You get it? It's dark to say. So like, you're always going to have that thought in the back of your head, like it might not happen. But through all of that pain, we have experience at the same time. So we know like when we're not at that level, when we're not there yet. And we look at the things that hampered us last season. Squad depth, you know, this season we're seeing players come out of our team that are key players, bro. Saliba, Saka, Gabriel at times, like, and we're not looking like we're missing out. And I'm looking at that thinking, raw, like that means we can get through some of these difficult periods while our opposition are starting to drop points and starting to have a bit of a crisis. We're able to just go through steady Eddie.
Just keep moving.
I mean? And I think that's something that I have never seen from an Arsenal squad. I'm also looking at the maturity of the performances. There's just something about it. It's hard to put into words, but there's a level of maturity around some of these performances, and it's just like it gives you confidence to know that okay, this team has learned from some of the heartbreak of previous seasons, and we're not doing the whole emotional games and all of that. It's very professional. It's very professional, and I like that. And the players that are coming off the bench are looking hungry. They're looking
because we got depth, which is what we've needed for years, man. Like years. There's real competition for places as well.
Exactly. So it's looking good. It's looking positive. But you're right. It's way too early to get carried away. Like there's a lot of business to be done.
You said we could do the double, man. You're already carried away, bro.
I say we can.
I think we're doing the domestic double. I'm screaming FA Cup and Prem. I want the champs though. I do. Like if you could offer me one trophy now, it is the Champions League. Like I could die a happy man in it. By God's grace, I live a long life. But at 30, to not see my team do that, and to see City be a joke man club and then go win it, to actually see Liverpool 3 goals down in the final, win it, Man United do the jammy thing in the last 2 ones. I want the champs, bro. But I think it would mean more if we win the Prem because we've been burnt. Like we've been burnt for years. These boys in the last 2 years, what you've had that year where Saliba got injured and then like it just derailed. The year like we were that close to the Prem's actually at the Emirates, we didn't get it done. Last year we finished second, but Arsenal fans, let's be honest, like it's not a false image, but we winged it in it. We didn't start well or end well, kind of thing. This year I'm like, nah. I'll be honest, if we don't do it this year, and of course I'm probably being emotional, bro, but it feels like we won't ever do it just because the depth, what we said about Berta, what we said about the club. You made a great point about the maturity and all of those kind of things. It would genuinely break my heart, and I would think we were never going to do it. I think we're cursed, bro. I'll be real. We have to have been cursed if we don't get the Prem done.
No, 100%, bro. I was actually there the final day of the season where they had the trophy at the Emirates. I was there on the final day, bro. Bro, I've never seen the Emirates like that in my life, bro.
Depressing.
Bro, now before the game, I'm talking before the game, bro. Like they had a DJ outside the Armory. Like the vibes were just electric. I was starting to think, wow, like, is there a chance? Like by any sort of miraculous grace, is there a chance? Obviously, we didn't get it done. I saw Arteta giving his speech. And in that moment there, I started to feel like we might never get this done. And then to go and have the season that we had last season, it's just the life of an Arsenal fan, bro. It's like they just want us to experience pain, you know? But it's more hope and prayer more than anything. I'm a fan, bro. Whether we win or lose, I'm still gonna be a fan, bro. So that's
what I think people have lost. Like that's what I think people lost. And I think for the players, they need silverware. That's why, obviously, the Prem, the Champions League, they're the ones everyone wants. FA Cup, all right, cool, that's our silverware. League Cup, I don't think we've got any God-given right to look down on it because we ain't really done that. But I'm more on the players grabbing that because it's February, because you finally get a taste of silverware. You never know what, we won the League Cup at Wembley. Imagine what it feels to win the FA Cup. Imagine what it feels to play in the final in whatever country it is, in the champs and go and get it done. Imagine the Prem. And then I genuinely think, it's like you're a creative. It's like doing anything. It's like, you start, it's not that you're depressed, but you can't really see anything. Then you see a bit of positive. Either someone says something good to you or you see yourself progressing, and then you're just more hungry for it. That's where I think we're at now. Because as much as I like all the positive statistics, what I see on the pitch, what Berta's doing, what Arteta's doing, and it just feels like we're doing everything but winning. And I think you said it earlier in that there's got to be context and nuances behind everything. And I'm more than happy in May if we don't do what needs to be done to have that conversation, bro. But then I also feel there is a bottom line, we just didn't do it, innit? Like I do live by winners win, losers explain type of thing, if 100%. That makes sense.
But that's one thing I'm enjoying about this season as well, is I'm seeing Arne Slot coming out and talking about set pieces and long balls and all of this stuff. And I'm seeing Pep coming out playing in ways that he's never played before. It's like, but at the same, I'm seeing Arsenal win by any means necessary, whether it's a set piece, whether it's a last minute goal, just win in it. And let everyone else explain. And I'm enjoying that.
Facts. Yeah. And that's the thing I wanted to ask you as well. You know, it's happy you said set pieces. It triggered it off. What do you make of, one, Arsenal being good at set pieces, and two, like the talk around us being good at set pieces, which for me is fucking annoying because I don't know what you want us to do. But fair enough.
It is annoying, isn't it? But again, as an Arsenal fan, we're always under attack from like rivals and the media. And I don't want to do the woe is me. Like it's part of football at the end of the day. And us Arsenal fans, we are annoying. Like do you know what I'm saying?
We're genuinely annoying. We are.
There's a lot of us, like, you know, but we give as good as we get. But I just feel like people are gonna speak about anything. I feel like as a good team, you need to have multiple weapons in it. It's like in Call of Duty, if your primary weapon, runs out of bullets or whatever, or it jams, you switch to the secondary
the next thing, yeah.
get the job done. Do you get what I'm saying? If you're lucky, you might have the third weapon, the shank, and then you get a cracking.
Facts.
You need different weapons. So for Arsenal, our secondary weapon for a long time was probably Bukayo Saka. Because at the end of the day,
inshallah, man.
You want your main weapon as a team to be your cohesion as an attacking unit, free flowing football, creating chances, dominating games. You want to win games in that way, primarily as a good team. But sometimes if that's not working, you can have a player that you can lean on that you know is going to bag that important goal. So for Liverpool, they have Mo Salah. That's their secondary weapon.
Them to the Prem last year.
You get what I'm trying to say? All those games that could have been draws or losses, Salah was their secondary weapon that helped get them through. So for us, Saka's probably been out that for us for the past couple seasons. But now I feel like the set piece thing has completely, it changes games for us, bro. It completely changes games for us. Like it feels inevitable, you know. So it's like we can comfortably dominate games and let them sit back and, you know, but we're gonna get more set pieces and we're likely to score them, and it changes the game completely. Like, are we gonna touch on Atletico at any point?
Yeah, do it, man. Follow there. Yeah. I was enjoying what you're saying. Yeah, go on. Atletico. What can I say? 4 goals, clean sheet, 3 points. Arteta again badding up a decent manager in Simeone. Yeah. He looked like he wanted to cry. Yeah, bro. Like he looked like he genuinely wanted to get out of there. Like I know people will sit there and say, "Oh, it's not the Atletico it was of a few years," and that's true. But you wouldn't be saying that had we have lost. And I do think people are disingenuous because they said the same thing about Real Madrid last year. Oh, it's not a great Real Madrid side. I hear that. But if you can say Real Madrid are not a great side and you can show me that Mbappe's there, Vinicius is there, Rodrigo's there, Valverde, so on and so forth, quite frankly, you're chatting shit. But yeah, man, Atletico, bro. Mazza.
It was a mad game. And like, obviously, people are doing the propaganda beforehand, haram ball versus haram ball. And obviously, it's the disingenuous thing again, innit? Because that's not how Arsenal play. We're not a defensive team. Like we might set up defensively sometimes, but we're not a defensive team. And the last few times I've watched them, Atletico, they've been looking like they ain't been looking like the traditional Simeone team. Like wasn't it just they slapped up? Was it Real Madrid? They slapped up.
Yeah, Alvarez and that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So like they're a good team. Simeone is still their manager, which a lot of fans and even Arsenal fans would say he would be a better manager for Arsenal than Arteta.
I don't know about that. Not this.
No, but this is what they say though. They
do say that.
Yeah, like if we look at history, maybe not right now, but if we look at history, Simeone is a better manager than Arteta.
100%. He's actually got things over the line, and he done he kind of what we want to do. He's done the underdog thing. I wouldn't say so much underdog thing this in the Premier League now because I think it's levels in it, like Liverpool, City, and Arsenal. But we've been like it's like men against boys with City, and obviously for him, he ain't won the war, but he's won 1-2 battles with Real Madrid, with Barca. So you're right, still.
100%. It's the impossible battle over there, and he's won it. He goes down in the history books for that alone. But I feel like with that game, I wasn't expecting us to go out there and wipe them 4-0. Like, and in the first half, they were frustrating us. Like, well, they were frustrating me because they were doing
frustrating me as well. Like, we just couldn't find a way. I think we're the dominant side.
100%.
Ultimately, goals win games, innit? And we weren't doing that in the first half.
Cool. And like they were doing the housery thing. It's like a lot of people say the referees in the Champions League are better, and I probably do agree. But that referee was blowing the whistle anytime their player went down.
Yep.
And it was just disrupting our ability to get a rhythm in the game. And you can see that because we after the first couple of minutes, we weren't creating chances as frequently as we was before. And for them, that could have been a good strategy because if they can just kill our momentum in the game and then rely on individual brilliance from Alvarez, which almost happened.
Yeah, he almost hit the post.
Do you get it?
And almost capitalized on Raya's little F up as well.
Do you get it? So it's like that was a good strategy for them. And if they kept that up for the remaining 45 minutes, they could have snuck away with a cheeky 1-0, like what Inter Milan did to us last season.
And what we've seen in the Emirates era for time, really, like teams have been doing that against us.
But then this is where when the first weapon wasn't working, this is when you bring in the secondary weapon,
which
is the set piece, you know, and it came from the free kick, which I believe Martinelli won actually on that left wing. He was having a decent game, I would say, up until that point. And yeah, Rice, like he is a huge part of that secret weapon because his deliveries are near enough perfect. And for the life of me, I'll never understand how Gabriel just ends up in acres of space like that, and why it's always him.
It's mad. If he's not scoring, he's at the forefront of it. Like what? The other game against Fulham, he might not have scored, but he wins the flick on. He's a weapon. That's why I know we're still on Atletico, but Arteta saying Gabriel might be injured. That makes me nervous against Crystal Palace, because obviously defending thing and the set pieces, as you're saying. I don't know how he's got that. I don't know how we're so good at set pieces. Maybe it's a bit of everything, bro. Maybe it's the players' willingness to do it. Obviously, Nicholas Hover and them man always finding different solutions, because people act like this is brand new. If you know Arsenal, and this ain't my thoughts, but if you think we're just a set piece team, then I don't give us set pieces, which probably isn't going to happen in football. Defend them better or find a way, but you haven't. So it's inevitable, or we're innovative, or all of that. I don't know.
Yeah. And it's strange seeing the league, like everyone's making a big deal out, the league is changing in terms of the style of play, and everyone's doing set pieces and throw-ins and all of this stuff. And it's like, well, are we acknowledging that Arteta's now an innovator? I'm not saying that it's a beautiful thing to innovate within, but within football, you have to look for ways to win, bro. And I respect that so much. Like,
and why would you not praise someone doing something good and think, oh, let me add my own little spin and shine to that, or take inspiration?
Bro, it's actually beautiful to see. Like, I was watching a Spurs game the other day, and I couldn't. What's that defender that the Bolo? He's the black brother. I forgot his name. Danzo.
Yeah. He's tongue still.
He was going left, right, wipe towel, wrapped up, long throw every opportunity, and I'm thinking, wow, like this is Spurs, and these are the same people. What's his Kunde and them, man, that will come and tell us, oh, your set piece team is not entertaining. But at the end of the day, we're effective at it. It's a weapon. Long may it continue. And taking it back to the Athletic game, that 13-minute blitz was nuts. And it just goes to show you, like, that's the other side of the weapon, is that once we score that set piece goal, it opens up the game, and I feel like Zubimendi, masterclass.
He's cold.
You mentioned earlier who my player of the season would have been. You mentioned a few names. You actually missed out the one player that I would have said, which is Zubimendi.
Fair enough. You're on the right platform, because I've been leading Zubimendi propaganda, man. Everyone's been telling me he's not better than Partey. I'm like, brother, trust me, he is better than Partey. This guy is. I'm exaggerating a bit, but he might be the most important signing we've made in a minute. He definitely might have a claim to that in the summer. Listen, big up Eze, big up Gyökeres, and all those things. And I know Zubimendi scored a volley the other week, and he's actually been unlucky to not get a couple of worldy assists, but you said it earlier as well yourself, to be fair. You said the midfield is the most important place. And I just think my man is just multifaceted. He is just like, he's like the glue. You take him out of the team, we're in issues. And you also said that, we've got gears to go up. When you look at the fact that Eze's playing in the 10 now, Rice and Zubimendi are now learning. That's two men that are part of a 3-man midfield that's new. The only way is up. Zubimendi's cold, man. He put on a clinic against Atletico, if I'm honest. Absolute clinic.
It was a clinic, man, and he's been doing it. Like he's had a few rough moments, which is expected. Like, we also have to remember he's stepping into big shoes. Like, I don't know the stance on my man on this channel, but what's it called?
Nah, you can say your thing with Thomas, man.
Thomas for me, like, obviously, irrespective of
with people, it's him, the footballer, not what you're doing over them sides.
Like, he was an important player for Arsenal. Like, we 100%. Saw even anytime he came out of the central defensive midfield, even if he went to right back, it made us a worse team, bro. There was very few games that we won when he wasn't playing in that position. So for Zubimendi to step into that role and still have us performing to a point where we're actually sitting top of the league, haven't conceded a goal in the Champions League, bro, we can't let that go under the radar. Like, and there's no need to hype him up, because he's not the type of player that demands that. He just goes about his business in a professional way, and I love that. And he hurries people off the ball. Like in the Athletic game, before he got his yellow card, he low-key could have had 3 before that, because he was on them like a rash, but they couldn't breathe.
Facts.
Like, anytime they looked up, all they were seeing was cannons and lights. Like, because the man was pressing them that much. Like, they never had no time and space on the ball.
Facts.
And even take it past the midfield, it starts from the striker.
Exactly. Big up Gyökeres for that one.
He was pressing his life away. Like, he was doing really well, and he was also
happy he got his goals still.
He got his goals, and he was also a lot more neat and tidy on the ball. Like, I saw he had 100% pass completion, which is like,
for you, Gyökeres, I am surprised, man. It's not because I think you're bad. It's just, like I'm a spoiled Arsenal fan, innit? I'm accustomed to a bit more swagger and glee and just cleaner in it. But It's so beautiful. It's so ugly. It's beautiful. I say with Gyökeres still.
Did you get it? And it's like I'm used to, like, every time he gets onto the one, I'm holding my breath because I'm like, number one, please don't make a mistake, because I know that they're
on you. They're waiting for you, man.
But then he also does look a bit stiff on the ball. Sometimes it's like he's panicking. He's thinking, oh, what should I do? But he looked a bit more comfortable. He was slowing himself down, taking his time to make the right pass and keeping us in possession of the ball, pressing, doing his duties. And then, Zubimendi was doing his thing right. So I just felt like as a team, it was a great defensive performance, which is our foundation. Set piece got us the breakthrough, and then the floodgates opened. And then zip tie, Saka off, Gabriel off,
start planning for balance.
In the bag. Yeah.
You're right still. Let me like kind of focus a bit more on the game, yeah. Miles Lewis-Skelly, like, where were you at with him? Do you think he's better than Calafiori? Like, where are you at with that? Because in a good way, it's a bit of a conundrum still having them two international footballers actually at left back.
Yeah, it's a great problem to have, in it. Like, these are the kind of problems that we dreamed of back in the day.
Facts.
And we always thought Calafiori was going to be a big player for us, in the fashion that he came in, the reputation that he had before coming to Arsenal. But obviously his season was hampered by injuries, and I was praying that he wasn't going to end up being like a
Tomiyasu
type of player, because I was a big fan of Tomiyasu. Like, anytime he had that shirt on, he put in a shift.
We just never saw him on a regular basis.
And I'm praying that we don't have the same fate with Calafiori, but that's what it was last season. So Skelly got his moment, he got his time to shine, and he took it with both hands. And seeing his journey, in an Arsenal shirt and in an England shirt, it was a beauty to watch. And he just adds a layer to this, like, this love and affinity that we have to our club, one of our own. Like, we even see his mum and the work that she's doing.
Big her up as well, man.
Bro, it's like, this is our new son. We had Saka, now we've got Skelly, and we've got
and even Max Dalman, who signed a new contract now. Hey, let's pumping him out, man.
Do you get it? So it adds to the feel good factor, and then to see him perform in the bigger stages is beautiful to see. And like, we've seen Skelly perform at the highest level against Madrid. We saw him do that same run that he did at Atletico.
Saying nothing new. He done it against PSG, where Martinelli unfortunately couldn't get the assist.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Like, so we've seen him do it time and time again. He's got himself into a few precarious situations also because of it. But it's give and take. Do you know what I mean? It's the same thing with Calafiori when he ends up at right wing, and we're thinking, but Mo Salah's on the pitch. And do you get it? But like, they both have like this kind of mature. No, okay, that's a strong word to use. They both have like elements to their game that are very unique, and that can really help us. But I'm happy that Calafiori, who is obviously the senior player between the two of them, is able to kind of hold down his position in the team. But Skelly doesn't seem to be taking it in a bad way. He's getting his games. He got to start in the Champions League.
2 of the 3 in the champs, I think now at this point in the season.
There you go. So like, Arteta definitely still trusts him. Tuchel trusts him, with England. Like, he played well the other day, in my opinion, for England. So I think he's going to have another good season. And that run, like, I don't want to kind of move on without talking about it, because it was a thing of beauty. And like, it wasn't just the run, it was the strength.
Dembele, if I'm honest, like,
it was crazy.
Like, madman, bro. Like,
shrugging off big grown men, and then having the
confidence to do that several times. He just doesn't feel pressure, man. That's the biggest thing I like about him, beyond all of the other stuff. Because if you can't do that, you're fucked, pardon my language, in the Prem or the Champions League. Like, it's like I'm 18, but I'm meant to be here. I'm doing my thing. It's like, it's just in a good way. It's just a game of football. He's sick.
He's a sick player, man. So yeah, credit to him. He did well. Like, shout out Martinelli as well, because that finish was.
Martinelli with no time to think is cash money, man. I just need that Martinelli more. I just need that on a consistent basis. Everybody, this is what even his harshest critics have said. It's like, we just need that. I don't know why it is. Where, in fact, on Martinelli, quickly, like, where do you stand on making him a striker? Because that's something people say.
Do you know what? It's like, I have this weird, vague memory in my head, of him breaking through into the Arsenal squad
under Emery.
And conversations being had or thoughts being had about him potentially playing up front. I don't know whether he played there a couple games.
No, he did. That was definitely something we were saying as Arsenal fans.
And then he had a few glancing headers and some almost like worldy striker-like goals. And we was thinking, right,
very instinctive.
100% has the ability, but because of the pace, it kind of leads to people misprofiling him to some extent. But that's why I put it down to the manager, because last season you didn't get the best out of Trossard or Martinelli. Like, you're with these guys day in, day out. You see them in training.
You know them better than we could ever know them.
Do you get it? To get the best out of these players and to make sure that when they're on that pitch, you're playing to their strengths. And I feel like Martinelli isn't the best when he's the one that's delivering the final ball. But if he's on the end of the final ball, he's devastating. So Arteta needs to try and create more moments where Martinelli can be the one that's ending up on the end of a ball as opposed to being the one that's trying to get the ball, because with him, it may never come. It might just go for a goal kick.
His head is down like that. He just ain't got the juice like that. I don't want to be respectful to him, but I don't think you've got the IQ. It's just not your game, Martinelli. It's like you're at your best. Typically, when the games are crazy and things, I make a lot of excuses for Martinelli, because I even think in these last couple of years, which far removed from when he had that great year, I think you still score in big games. I think I shouldn't care about this, but you love the club. I think your mentality is always there. It's just, like you said, a bit of not getting the best out of him. But then at the same time, I've always felt, cool, all of the things I say about the left-hand side, to a degree, I could apply them to Saka. Away from your ability, if Saka's able to do it, then kind of what are you doing? I just think Martinelli's in that role where you just need to be a rotationary option squad player. I would like to play him as a striker, but it's like, I see the way Arteta's got Gyökeres playing up front, and Marino and Kai and Jesus and previously Eddie and all of them kind of guys, I don't think you can do that, Martinelli. Like, I think we'd have to, like, it's like a Liverpool thing. We're just going to have to feed you 24/7. I'm not saying it can't be an option. Even last year, bro, like, Martinelli, when did you get that? Like, probably at Anfield, you went up front in the game. Yeah. Now, at that point, as you said earlier, in January, we never had a striker. So we went through so many things before that. So Arteta don't really believe in his thing like that.
It's true. For him to put Marino up there before Martinelli, like, it's maybe a sign that we're probably never going to see that at Arsenal.
Never see it.
Like, but we seem to be getting him in more of those type of situations. And I don't know whether it's because, like you said, he's coming on as a rotational option, which means that he's coming into a game state where it opens up a bit more and there's a bit more space in behind for him to end up on those balls. But I don't know, like, I don't know whether he's going to start on the weekend. Like, I don't know if you would start him or not.
I think he's going with Trossard, genuinely, because surely Trossard's. You've started the most games, in it. Like, I could be chatting nonsense, but I'm sure Trossard started against I want to say City. You definitely started against Fulham, and obviously he was on the bench against Atletico. So maybe it's rotation, and maybe that stuff is true about we got a big squad rotation. There's no starters. I just think it's going to be a Trossard thing because of that, as you said. Like, and they've got that. What's that brother at Palace, man? The right back, the Muniz guy or whatever his name is. He's going to cause us issues in the game, Like, if it goes the way we want, we score from open play or we score from a set piece. And if they're chasing the game and you dash on Martinelli, you've played football, if my man if you're tired, my man don't want to get in. You don't want to get in a foot race. It's idiotic, innit? You're in trouble. And then it's just Martinelli and his decision making. I genuinely think Martinelli stops himself. I just think every player is a confidence player, innit? But I think when he's allowed to be instinctive, like you said, when the game states for it and he's confident, I think he's cash money. I can't lie. I can't have a South Londoner here. Not an Arsenal versus Crystal Palace and not speak about Eze. I don't think Eze's been bad. I actually think he's been a breath of fresh air. But am I wrong for thinking like, need a bit more? Like, it's not looking like the Crystal Palace kind of Eze. Like, how have you not scored? Even against Atletico, you started well for me, and then you kind of just was quiet.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I think one problem that Eze has is that he's under a microscope.
Naturally.
You get it? Like, it was a big move. Like, we made a big deal out of it. Like, let it all work out. Great summer.
Man. Culture signing as well, if I'm honest.
You get it? Like, it's a beautiful story. And he hasn't been bad. Like, I would say he's had 2 games that are, like, genuinely underwhelming. But even in those games, he had moments. But I think what is not frustrating me, but annoying me a little bit is that I want him to get more involved in the games, especially because he's been playing in Odegaard's position. And like,
we've been crying for that.
Do you get it? But Odegaard seems to be a different type of player to Eze. and I'm seeing it live right now. Odegaard is more willing to get involved in the game and dictate, whereas Eze, I want to say he shies away from it, but he doesn't do it as much as we know he can. And I don't know whether it's like a confidence thing or whether it's like him understanding and building chemistry with the people around him. But he does need to get more involved in the game, because the more touches he has, for me, the more dangerous we are as a team, because he's got that quality in the final third.
You saw what he did against City. You saw what he did away at Newcastle. Even Forest laid it on the plate for Gyökeres. It's there, but I'm in agreement with you. Just need it on a more consistent basis. I don't know if Arteta's demanding things of you. I think the system is complicated, but you've got it in you, man.
Yeah, but again, I think maybe it comes from Arteta, and this is not to give Eze excuses, because we've already acknowledged that he needs to do better. But we spoke about Arteta seeing defense as the foundation for any player, whether you're an attacking player or not. Like, Arsenal are a weird team. We got defensive strikers and attacking goalkeepers. Like, it's nuts.
And attacking centre backs. We're mad.
Yeah. It's mad. But I feel like he's trying to instill the defensive fundamentals in Eze. He's off the ball movement. And sometimes I'm looking at Eze and I feel like I can see him thinking. And it's like, that's not the Eze that we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing him not thinking, just getting on the ball and being himself. But
just being chaotic for the opposition.
You get it? But unfortunately, if you're going to play in this Arsenal system and you're going to be taking our captain's position, who is someone that leads the press for us and is one of our most energetic players in terms of off the ball work, unfortunately, you're going to have to pick up some of that, you know. And I feel like that is somewhat taken away from his thought process, maybe when it comes to his attacking play. But that being said, he needs to learn quick and he needs to get involved and start putting in numbers for the team. But he's already started Sunday. So, Sunday is going to be a big one for him.
It's written in the stars, surely. Like, you know, when man score and they don't celebrate, like that's for me the only thing. Because what you're saying there is, I agree with it, but I always say on my channel, like, them little things there, it's like minor things with me with Eze. Like, I'm not really vexed about that. I think it's a growing thing, innit? I think the only thing I would say for you, Eze, and actually Madueke, you lot have been a breath of fresh air. You lot are too good not to score goals. And if I'm completely honest, if we broke our team down into units, defensive unit, you man are doing your thing. I've really got nothing to say about you lot, including David Raya. Midfield, it's a bit muddied, really, but Rice and Zubi are carrying it. Attack or the attackers, it's like, you're not playing bad, but I need to know who's getting these numbers. I don't know. You know, I know there's obviously caveats, but I don't know if Gyökeres is going to get me 15, 20. I don't know if Eze is going to get the goals. And you had a good season last year for Palace. Madueke, you're not really got strong numbers, but you're always in the box. I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know for Trossard or Martinelli. It's still, like what you said earlier, it's still the Saka thing. And if we want to win Prems and champs, because that's what we need. And there's also that thing, like right now, we're just getting the job done, bro. I always think, what if we play in the Premier League where things are going wrong? Like, boom, the game's kicked off, everything's going wrong. There's been a red card, there's been yellows, whatever Arteta's saying tactically is not banging, the players are not banging. How do we still grab those 3 points? And I think a bit of that is just having these players, these great players, just scoring goals and getting us out of jail, bro.
100%. Like we saw with Eze and Man City. Like, bro, it felt like it was the last kick of the game. Brother just picked up the ball on the halfway line and just pinged one over the top. Like,
I just did a madness.
You get it? So like, we've got players that can do that even when they're not at their best, you know. But obviously, as a fan, we want to be killing off these games, man. Like, I think that's one thing I would say about us this season so far. There hasn't been too many games, maybe barring Leeds and the Forest game, where I've genuinely felt comfortable early in the game. There were times I was like, raw, like, I went into this game so excited, thinking, yes, I'm going to see my team play some beautiful football today, and it's going to be a good day. And then halfway through the game, I'm sitting there thinking, raw, like, this team is frustrating me.
And on there, yeah.
And it's like, part of that is the teams putting up a good fight against us. Like, a lot of teams that we played so far, obviously, half of them have been pretty good. They put up a good fight against us. But then the other half is
low blocks, all that stuff.
You get it? But then the other half is us not being at our 100% best in an attacking sense. You know, and we're going to continue to play hard opposition throughout the season. So that means I'm expecting us to get better in an attacking sense. Eze is a big part of that. Gyökeres is a massive part of that. Saka, you proved yourself, but again, this season, we need you fit and we need you to prove that you are him, because we've been backing you all this time and we'll continue to do so. And then Martinelli and you, Trossard, you lot fight out for that position.
Yeah. At least until Berta decides I want to sign someone else, which I'm hoping Semenyo, but I won't hold my breath in January, man. So then, like, what do you make of Nwaneri then? Because he's a bit of a forgotten man.
He is a bit of a forgotten man right now. And it's a tough one because last season, in this situation with Odegaard being injured, we was crying out for Nwaneri to get minutes. Like that was a big talking point last season. And Arteta didn't do it as much last season, but I understand why, because you watch football and I know you understand the game. It's like some of the times where I'll see Nwaneri playing in that Odegaard role, he'll go a bit missing in the game.
So young boy, man. It's like someone that can't really swim going in the deep end. You need your armbands a bit. And you should. You're 17, 18. Well, you are 17. You're 17 at the time.
Absolutely. But that just goes to show like the standard and the level that he's capable of reaching for us to believe that he's capable of filling in for our captain and putting in a shift so much that we're crying out for it. But Arteta didn't really trust him. It's like he was allowing him to play with the training wheels on the wing and learn how to play in this Arsenal system.
Facts.
This season is kind of flipped. It's like he's not trying to play him out on the right wing no more.
You're genuinely a midfield option.
You get it, but it just seems that Eze has kind of pipped him in terms of like the seniority in the team for that role. He's going to play his Carling Cup games. Carling Cup, to show my age right now. He's going to play his Carabao Cup games.
It's always going to be Carling Cup, man.
Yeah, for me.
It's always going to be Carling Cup.
He's going to play the Carabao Cup games, but he's going to get the odd Champions League. He's going to come in a few games, but I just feel like right now in that position, he's the third option, you know. And when he does come in, he needs to play well. He does look like a threat. He does seem to be playing a lot better in that role than he was in a few times I saw him.
Could you argue Marino's ahead of him in the pecking order in that role?
For that position, yeah. So low-key, he's even fourth option.
Flipping us, imagine.
Bro, it's the harsh reality, bro. Like we're not. This ain't daddy daycare. Like, bro, we're going for the league. As much as I love him and I want him to get minutes, like at the end of the day, we need to get over the line. So we're gonna have to do what we need to do. I'm happy that he signed his contract. I'm happy that he's happy to be an Arsenal player. He's got many years ahead of him. So he's gonna fill in where he can this season, stay with the squad, do the Foden thing, and just be there.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best way of putting it, the Foden thing.
Yeah, and build your way into this squad. You know, like Skelly seems to have a clearer route because that left back route seems to be a good one for the Arsenal player. Saka came through there. Now we're seeing Skelly. But Skelly's just a bit ahead. In a couple seasons or two, Ethan might be the one that's getting the
things can change.
So, yeah.
Things can easily change in that. Then I've got to ask you about our captain, because you know I got to be fair to everyone. Like I've mentioned Eze, I've mentioned Marino, I've mentioned Nwaneri. Like, where are you at with the captain, man? Because it's been stop-start. You know, I think the managers. Do you know what the manager has done? Two things that I think people were getting annoyed about. Eze and Odegaard were both centrally. Obviously, Odegaard got injured. Eze's played in the 10, which we've got onto. He hasn't, I wouldn't say he hasn't taken his chances, but he hasn't lit it up. But where are you at with Odegaard? Because many people are thinking, you know what, if Nwaneri takes his chance when he gets one with Eze, it might look dark for you, captain. But where are you at with the captain?
Bro, when you asked that question, I smiled straight away, yeah. Because in my head, I'm thinking, Odegaard is the one player in this Arsenal team that I low-key have an agenda against. Bro, I promise you, I'm the most level-headed person when it comes to Arsenal, but the reason why I have that is because
Martin,
you're my captain, bro.
Yeah, but you know he's one of them softer touch guys, man. I know it's no excuses, but he is never gonna drag us, man. But go on, let's hear this. The chat want to hear this, man.
Bro, when Arteta made him the captain, the Arsenal captain has been a funny thing for a while, innit? I'm trying to remember the last solid captain we had. Like we went through this phase where we was giving it to our best player as opposed to the player who's showing the most leadership qualities.
Or the player who was going to leave and it's like, oh, stay, man. We're going to give you this. Just stay for a sec, man. And then you had actually Arteta and Vermaelen, where it was, let's be honest, the player that weren't really available like that. You're the captain, like.
It was a bit of a few affairs, like when it comes to that captain armband. And then obviously we had Xhaka, Aubameyang. And it's like, for me, for a long time, Arsenal didn't have anybody in the team that was captain material. Whereas now, we've got a bunch of players in the team that are captain material. Gabriel Magalhaes is 100% a captain of Arsenal Football Club in another lifetime. So is Declan Rice. Obviously, he's newer to the squad, but he was the captain at West Ham. You know, possibly future England captain.
And he leads by example and does all of that stuff anyways, that definitely where us Brits are concerned of a traditional kind of captain.
Do you understand? And if you want to talk about a carry job or our best player, Saka's also there as well.
Yeah, true. And he's captaining us on occasion.
Do you understand? So when I saw Martin Odegaard get the captain's armband, I was a bit confused, and I'm sure a lot of Arsenal fans were, because
I was.
it's clearly because of things that we're not necessarily seeing. He does lead by example on the pitch in terms of his press and just in terms of his work ethic and his attitude and his consistency, maybe before last season. But he didn't have the qualities that we would usually associate with a captain, and we were seeing it in other people in the team. So when last season happened, it's like there's games where I'm expecting my captain to drag us out the mud, not put us in the mud. I look back to the
not succumb to the reality that everyone is.
Do you
And
understand?
to be fair, Rice has got us out of jail many a time, and
many times. And last season, it generally felt like we was carrying our captain, and I kept waiting every single game. Nah, he's gonna come out of it, like he's gonna come good, but he just never did, bro. And I look back to the Man United game, FA Cup, where we had a chance to, I don't know whether it was to level the game or to go to win the game. And
he definitely missed chances. I'm sure he missed the penalty as well.
He missed the penalty, and it's
like anyway, carried us more than Odegaard in recent years as well.
Do you get it? And it's like that in itself kind of worries me. So for me, when you wear the captain's armband, you can't be getting carried by the team. Do you know what I'm saying? And I put a higher standard on him because I know how quality he is, and he showed glimpses of it this season. And I just want him to get back to that player, because when Odegaard's being that player, he deserves to wear the captain's armband. When he's not, there's other guys in the team that are consistently showing up, you know?
Do you think, I got to ask you, because I think everyone's had this. Do you think clipping him of the captaincy, or better yet, stripping him of the captaincy, do you think that changed anything? Because I don't, because you're still going to be under pressure. You play for Arsenal. You're still going to be in that role. We're still going to be looking at you, because if Rice plays dead, man, are still looking at Rice. Gabriel does a mistake, man, are still looking at him. And that goes for everyone. So I don't know. I always say on my channel, I don't know what magical powers are going to be given and installed if he gets rid of it. But as you said, like, clearly it's something that's going on in the ground, and you'd have to be a coach to see why Odegaard's there. If it was me picking captains at the time, I understand why Odegaard was, because he's young. He was young and that. Obviously, the Magalhaes, the Rices, this is what I want as my captains. But like, do you think it changes anything?
Maybe not in the short term, but I do kind of feel like teams are built in the image of, you know, it's a pipeline down in it. The owners, we've had bad ownership, and we've seen what that image did for our club. In the manager, image comes from him, but I think the captain is the next level below that. And then when I do look at Odegaard, he's a phenomenal player, but I do feel like Arsenal, he's a great representative of who Arsenal have been over the past 3 years.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
No, I think you're bang on. Like, he's he's the guy they send out to the events, and I'm not even trying to be rude to Odegaard, but yeah, you're the guy that send out to the events. You're very well spoken, can tell you know the history. I will say, I do think like at games, Odegaard's a tiny bit more vocal than I give him credit for. Yeah. But you're just not, like, for me, you're just, I just think you're them guys who just go out there and do your thing. Like, you're just go out there and do your thing. If you want to talk up, then you can talk up, but go out there and do your thing, bro.
He's a nice guy, bro. He's a great guy. He's a great role model. When I raise my son, my wife hasn't had kids yet, but when I have a son, Odegaard is gonna be the guy that I'm gonna model. Like, yo, look at this guy. He's a stand-up citizen. Like, that's Odegaard. But this is the Premier League. I want my captain to have that dog in him. And when I look at Gabriel, when Gabriel made the mistake, he was against Newcastle. Same game, he got his lick back, and he does this all the time. Like, that's the kind of I need a leader that's going to take the game by the scruff of the neck and get us out of bad situations. As much as I don't like Bruno Fernandes in terms of all of his qualities as a maybe his personality as a footballer,
he does have that trait though.
Bro, he has that trait of being able to carry his team. Like, we saw it just the other day, the goal against Liverpool. He's the one that put that ball into the box. Like, he's not that he does it all the time, but he's at least got that trait. There's a track record of Bruno doing that, if I'm completely honest, for all of his faults. Like, Odegaard, there's not enough games where I can rely on him to be the one that's gonna save us. I'm more looking at Gabriel, or I'm more looking at Rice with a delivery from a set piece, or I'm looking at Saka. Like, there's a lot of players that I'm looking at before I'm looking at my captain, and that's the one thing that I would say worries me. But again, he's my captain, and I love the player, and I'm gonna back him. But you know, you asked me the question, so I gave you my honest opinion.
How do you see Havertz tying into this then? Like, when he's fit, does he rotate with Gyökeres? Does he potentially get into that Odegaard role? Does Arteta revisit? I hope not, but playing as that left eight, which again, Arteta, not that you watch me, please don't do that. But like, how does Havertz tie in? Because I think there's a use for Havertz, at least for this year.
100%. Like, there's a role for Havertz in this team, and like, we're just yet to see how big that role is. You know, knowing our manager, like, he's our starting striker.
He loves Kai, man. He's gonna move mountains for Kai Havertz to get minutes, man. And I hope it works out, Arteta. Like,
I pray it works out, because again, Kai was one of them things that I was looking at Arteta like, oh, you want to down this hill? Do you get? And I like Kai.
What a hill to die on as well.
Do you get? There was a moment that we was looking at Arteta like, rah, this is the hill you want to down, yeah?
Like, are you sure this is the thing you want to do? Fair enough. You know more about ball than me, but
do you understand?
65 M's, you know, crazy.
And it's like, we did down that hill last season, you know, and it's not because of, you know, his lack of ability as a player. It turned out to be his lack of availability last season. But now we don't have to down the Kai Havertz hill because Gyökeres is there. So I feel like when Kai is fit, he's going to be brought back into the squad. He's going to play Champions League games. He's going to play Premier League games, and he's going to start many.
Do you think he's first choice forward?
Well, I don't think Gyökeres has absolutely done enough to say that, yeah, like he's guaranteed to start when Kai Havertz is fit, if I'm being honest. But obviously he's going to want to ease him back into the team, and that would be the sensible thing to do, you know. So I would expect him to do that. And in those minutes that Kai Havertz comes, he needs to be impactful.
Take them.
Yeah.
I've got two questions for you, my boy, if I let you get out of it and enjoy your Friday. The first is, because this is an interesting one about the midfield. Is there a future with MLS and Nwaneri in midfield with Zubi behind, or is that too lightweight? I think it could be, but I think you're going to have to wait for them to, especially Nwaneri, you're going to have to wait for them to mature, man. I'd back Miles Lewis-Skelly to do that right now. I still think, as much as Ethan's kind of developing as a footballer and tactics and stuff, he's developing as a man. The man's still growing in it. Like, he's 18 and man are growing at different rates. Like, you can see Miles Lewis-Skelly's built like a man despite being a teenager in it. But where are you at with that?
Bro, this one is bigger than us, innit? It's bigger than Arsenal, and it's bigger than Arteta. Because we spoke earlier about like the direction that the league is going, and Arsenal were able to see into the future with that one and build a squad that has that physical element to it, where we're not getting bullied, we're not going to away grounds like St. James's Park and getting brushed aside.
And you're just kicking us up, and we're scared now, and all of that.
Yeah, well, technically they are still kicking us up.
Yeah.
Up until the other day, but like, the nature of the league is changing, and I feel like you need players who are strong and robust. And Skelly has the potential. Nwaneri isn't really that type of player, but I don't know. I just feel like Skelly could develop into that, because when he's on the ball, he resists quite. He's very strong. Like, he's a very strong player, but he's a different type of player.
Don't hide.
Like, Rice is like genuinely just like the way he plays, and looking at him, he's one of them athletes, bro. Like, he's just a
horse, isn't it?
He's a horse. He's robust. And I don't know if Skelly is that same type of physical build, although he plays like it. So I do feel like that might be a bit too lightweight for the direction that the Prem is heading in right now. But I would love to see it.
I'd love to see it as well, man. It's more options as well. And then if you have Zubamendi chaperone, it could work. But I guess it all depends on the game state, on the opposition, like you said, on the direction the Premier League's going. I think you made an interesting point that made me think different about Miles Lewis-Skelly, because physically he can handle it, but it's like Rice is up and down. And I guess that kind of ties into the mindset and thinking. And I don't think right now, maybe if we were still like struggling for fourth and all of them kind of things, you would see them and they get opportunities. But now where the margins for error are smaller and all of that, probably a myth, man. Probably a myth. I would move heaven and earth to see Miles Lewis-Skelly in midfield. But then at the same time, yeah, if Miles Lewis-Skelly was seen as a genuine midfield option, you wouldn't be this Miles Lewis-Skelly at the moment. You ain't playing in it for England and doing everything you've done, because you're competing with a lot of players and you understand football. So there's an element of it's not about ability. There is politics behind it. Zubamendi's a Spanish international, X amount of money. Merino the same, Kai the same, Partey previously, you know, Rice is there. Like, it's congested in it. And obviously Arteta's got to win every game. if there's the 10 game period and he throws Miles Lewis-Skelly in there, he's gonna have to live or die by. 1 week he might be 20 out of 10. The next week he might be underwhelming. Where if you've got the Norgards and all these other names that I said, they might give you 10 6s out of 10s, but that might be enough for certain gaffers. So I'm not sure, man. But it's nice to know we've got them options. My last question for you then: score prediction for Crystal Palace. I'm going 2-1.
I need to listen to Arteta's press conference to see the injury updates, because
I mean, he didn't sound optimistic on Gabriel. He sounded very respectful for Palace. They weren't even asking him about Palace too much, man. They kept asking him about the Chelsea record and kind of things that are irrelevant slightly, if I'm honest with you, bro.
That's annoying, like, because that was the first thing I saw. I was like, right, because he came off. I didn't know it was because of an injury though, and it's annoying because he's gone down a couple times this season already now.
Scary.
So he's one of our main attacking threats right now, bro. So that's a bit scary, but Mosquera's there.
But sometimes Arteta likes to lie, though, man. Sometimes a man's not going to be there. It makes you believe he's going to be there, and then vice versa. So I don't know. I think with that, it's literally just have to see at match day. Arteta, I don't know what he's on.
Yeah, no, 100%. Hopefully, God willing, he's fit and he starts in it. But yeah, I think I'm similar to you. I think it'll be a close game, even though it's at the Emirates.
Thank God it's not a Selhurst Park, man.
Bro,
I'm not on that right now.
Good form right now. They got water, and like they got players that are at that level that they can hurt us, innit? And
they've had our number recently as well, if I'm honest.
Like it was the goal that did the little.
See what I'm saying? They should be thinking, oh, you know what? We can beat Arsenal. Glasner is obviously a good gaffer as well.
Yeah. But I'm gonna go 3. I'm gonna go 2-0.
You know what? I hope we get a clean sheet. I just think it's gonna be nervy, man. I'm going 2-1. I think it'll be one where we play well, we score. Eze probably scores, does the no celebration thing. They might just get a consolation, man. Like, I don't know, man. I'd prefer yours because I like the clean sheet 3 points thing, but we just got to move, man. Like, we got to beat Palace, obviously. Then we got to beat Brighton. Then I think we got Sunderland. Then after Sunderland, I don't even know who we've got, but we've got Burnley away. Let's just maneuver, get into the international break, keep everyone fit. And you know yourself, man, after the international break, you got Chelsea, North London Derby, Bayern Munich. But this is what we want, innit? Like, this is what we want. So everything's good right now, Arsenal fans, but hopefully it is in May, man. I think we're going to win something. Everyone else seems to, but I ain't got a crystal ball, bro.
No, man. No, I'm with you, bro. Like, I'm praying, I'm hoping that we win something this year. Like, things are looking good right now. We just need to get through this current set of fixtures that on paper seem quite easy, and then just keep applying that pressure on Liverpool and City and see how far ahead we can get before we get into our harder run of fixtures. Hopefully we start to get a few of our injured players back. Kai, Noni.
The list is long.
Hopefully we start to get them back, because that will give me a lot more confidence as well. But yeah, man, like I'm feeling positive, as you can tell, my bro. Like
There's been smiles throughout the last hour and a bit, man, from both of us. And I'm sure everyone in the chat, man. Arsenal, just keep it going. Like, I ain't got no bad energy for the Cronkies, for Berta, for Arteta, for the players, of course. Like, positive criticism and praise everywhere. But so far, so good. And I was quite vexed about Mikel Arteta, if I'm honest with you. City at home, Liverpool away, because I thought you're not learning. Like, you're not learning. Now, from the Newcastle game now, I think you are learning. But it's down to us now. Like, it's in our hands, man. It's in our hands, man. Everybody, even haters now, they're starting to change their language. They do the whole, Arsenal going to bottle it in May. But some of them are like, you know what? You actually got a fucking good football team. So let's go and prove them something. Like you said at the beginning, Arsenal fans are annoying. And I think you're right. So let's actually be annoying when it's kind of warranted. Because if God forgive me, if for the things I will do to rivals, if we win the Prem or the Champs or both, bro. It'd be nasty. Not for us, though.
They don't want to see what London's going to look like if Arsenal win.
Oh, it's carnival. Like,
this is why Chelsea fans don't like us, bro, because they know that we'll show them who the biggest club in London really is the day that we win that Prem. Their parades, all that stuff is cute, it's great. But when they see Arsenal lift that trophy, London will be shut down, bro.
Man that have nothing to, people that don't even watch football, will be there. It'll be a shutdown. Do you know how much money the shops locally to Islington will make? It will help the economy. We need this.
In the GDP, fam. Like,
you're killing me, man. This has been a pleasure, Jay, man. Where can people find you? I've posted your links, but it's always nice to hear the people them say it themselves, man.
Yeah, man. No, I love my bro. First of all, thank you for having me, bro.
No, thank you, man.
Been an admirer from not a distance because I've known you for at least a couple of years now, but like I've been an admirer of the work that you do and like the space that you build. And if I wasn't here with you today, I'll promise you I'll be in the chat with Rob.
You said that yesterday. Yeah, people invited me to an event, and it was a great creative event yesterday as well, man. Like that, I forgot his name, but that guy that was talking said a lot. I was making bare notes. I was like, bro, like that actually makes sense for creative still, man. So now thank you, bro. The least I could do is have you here. If you was a Chelsea fan or something, then myth, but you're actually a Gooner as well.
Trust me, bro, man. Honestly, bro, listen, if you ever need a guest, I'm here, man. I'm here. So
I mean, you've been getting praise in the chat, man. So we have to spin the block several times, broski.
No, thank you, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Mine, man. You still ain't let people know they can find you.
Oh, yes. Or anything,
you can find me everything but that.
Jide Adetunji _ on pretty much everything. I do have a podcast actually with my boys. Like we're lacking consistency, but ultimately, like it's fun in it. I do this.
Get me on that, man.
Yeah, I need to. But yeah, you can find us there. You don't know ball. But yeah, Jide Adetunji _ on all social media, man.
And on that, people, you know where to find the man. I definitely will get him back. Appreciative to our guest, appreciative to the chat. But on that, man, you look, go enjoy your Fridays, man. And we'll be back here on Sunday, Crystal Palace business. But on that note, everyone, God bless. Like, comment, subscribe, follow the socials. We're out. Peace.
Peace.
Done now. We got rant for the win.